All right, so today we're going to deep dive into something you can check out right now for free.
Oh, cool.
It's a movie on Tubi called The Marriage Pass.
Okay.
And we're just going off of what Tubi tells us about it on their site,
Right.
so no spoilers here. But hopefully we can give you a pretty good idea of what this movie's all about.
Yeah, like if you're scrolling through Tubi and this pops up, what do you need to know?
Exactly. So, like, right off the bat, it came out in 2024, and it's an hour and 31 minutes.
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah, very manageable. And the biggest thing, of course, is that it's free.
Always a good thing.
Always a good thing. And Tubi also says that it's got subtitles and audio description, which
Oh,
good. Yeah, which is great. It's nice to see.
Accessibility is always important.
Always important to see that it's there. And then it is rated TVMA.
Okay.
So that just lets you know it might be a little spicy.
Yeah, some mature themes in there potentially.
Exactly. And speaking of what you're getting yourself into, Tubi lists this as a thriller, drama, and romance.
Ooh, a little mix of everything.
Yeah. So, like, how does all that come together?
Yeah. What does Tubi's description tell us about that?
So basically, it's about this former playboy who's in a marriage where they're allowed to have a pass.
Like a hall pass.
Yeah, basically. But instead of, just taking some me time, he uses his on a sister-in-law.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So, like, right away.
That's going to cause some problems.
That's a little
Complicated.
Yeah, so that's where the drama's probably going to come in. And then they also mentioned that it's like a deadly web of deception.
Oh, wow.
So
it sounds like things...
yeah, it sounds like it's not going to end well for anybody.
Yeah, it sounds like things get really messy.
Yeah, that choice of the sister-in-law, that really ups the ante.
For sure.
That's not just, like a little marital indiscretion. That's a whole family.
It brings in like a whole other element of...
Betrayal.
Yeah, betrayal. Yeah.
So who do we have making this for us? Who's behind it?
Yeah, so Tubi gives us the names of the main actors. We've got Shane Marriott, Kristen Nazaire, Sajin Samajust, Colton Royce,
Okay.
Christopher James, and then the director is Sam Coyle. Yeah.
So they don't have like their whole resumes or anything.
Right.
But still good to know.
Yeah, so, those are the key players behind this whole thing. And where does it show up on Tubi, like when you're browsing? How do you find this thing?
Yeah, good question, because, Tubi's got so much stuff.
They do. It's a huge library.
Yeah, where do you even start?
So you'll find it listed under popular, which,
Yeah.
Makes sense. It sounds
That tracks.
pretty interesting. And then, of course, it's under thriller, drama, and romance, which tracks with what we've been talking about.
Lines up perfectly.
It's also under recently added and recommended.
Oh, so they're pushing it pretty hard.
Yeah, they want you to check it out for sure.
I mean, Tubi's a free service
Yeah.
with a ton of stuff, and they're saying, hey, watch this.
Yeah, and you also see it like alongside these collections, like badass action and killer thrillers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So definitely leaning into that thriller aspect.
Yeah, it seems like they're really focusing on that element of it.
Okay, I mean, what's interesting to me, just thinking about it, even before we know all the twists and turns,
Right.
that concept of the marriage pass itself is already ripe for conflict.
For sure.
Like, even without the sister-in-law thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
then you bring in the family, and, it really just makes everything so much more complicated.
It adds like a whole other level.
Yeah, yeah. And the TVMA rating, like, they're probably not shying away from how messy this could get.
Right. It seems like it's going to be pretty intense.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
intense. So, yeah, that combination of this already risky idea, and then you add in the family betrayal and
Right.
all the secrets and lies, like...
Yeah. And they did say deadly web of deception. So, like...
Yeah, that's not a lighthearted phrase.
No, it doesn't sound like it's going to end well for some people.
No, it doesn't. It really makes you think about those basic assumptions we make about relationships and families.
Right.
Like, how much can you really trust anyone, even the people closest to you?
Yeah. And like, what happens when you break those unspoken rules?
Yeah. What are the consequences of that?
It's a good question.
It is.
So to recap for everyone, The Marriage Pass came out in 2024. It's free to watch on Tubi.
Yep.
It's thriller, drama, and romance all rolled into one.
Interesting combo.
Yeah, and it seems like the big draw is this whole thing with the marriage pass and how it leads to all this deceit.
Yeah, and the family drama that comes with it.
Exactly, and it's just over 90 minutes, so not a huge commitment.
Pretty manageable.
And we know that Shane Marriott's in it and Sam Coyle directed it, so if you're looking for something that's suspenseful and maybe a little emotional,
A little mess up.
yeah, then definitely check it out on Tubi.
I think so, too. And here's something for you to think about as you watch.
Yeah.
Like, what are the real psychological and emotional effects of an agreement like this, marriage pass?
Yeah,
Especially when you bring family into it.
right,
Can something like that ever really work without having huge consequences?
right.
Or are we just wired for something deeper than that, like real connection and commitment?
Something to think about.
Yeah, because pass might sound simple on the surface, but it seems like in this movie,
It's not so simple.
things get a lot more complicated.
Yeah,
A lot more complicated.
definitely something to ponder.
Definitely.
Well, that's our deep dive into the marriage pass on Tubi. Be sure to check it out and let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.